Hi, this is Bob Sally from Source Point Press, and you're listening to This Freakin' Show.
What's up, everybody? I am Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
And welcome back to another episode of This Freakin' Show, the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. Awesome show for you tonight. Hopefully, I don't become a liar like I did last week when I say that we do have a guest on tonight. And I say that with confidence this time because I did everything I could to make sure I have a guest ready for us this evening. So I'm trying again. I don't want to go 0 for 2 because we are literally only in the third episode of this season.
We are.
And I know, right? And that's it. That's all we've done. We have done 2 episodes, and already I have lied in one. So
get used to it, buddy.
Yeah. So hopefully, knock on wood, that our guest does show up today. I have full confidence he will, and we have something kind of fun to do when he comes on here. But I'm not going to mention his name yet because if he doesn't show up, then I could easily just say it was a guest from last week, and this could be our new Matt Damon. Whatever.
That would be hilarious.
I don't understand that. I knew Matt Damon.
Have you ever watched Jimmy Kimmel?
No.
Oh, it's a running joke in his show that Matt Damon, they never have time for Matt Damon to be on the show.
Oh.
I don't think it wasn't the very first time he did it. He was like he was trying to close the show. He was trying to figure out a way, and he was like, "Oh, who's a good guest who we could just pretend like we ran out of time for? Like, who's somebody who's big enough that people would know who that is and care, but small enough that like they're not going to send me a cease and desist letter?" Matt Damon.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he literally ends every show with, "I'm sorry, Matt Damon, we didn't have enough time for you. So, well, maybe next week. Maybe next week we'll have you on."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a running joke that went above and beyond. I think anybody saw it happening.
Went awesome.
That rolled over into award shows and segments for years on it's not Jimmy Kimmel Live. What is it on?
Yeah, I think it's Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Is it Jimmy Kimmel Live? Okay, I just didn't know if it was the Late Show, the Late Show, the Tonight Show, tonight's later night show, or whatever the fuck these all night fucking shows are to have the same damn words,
right?
But just more of them. I don't understand how do you have a late show and then a late show, but you still have a Tonight Show. Why?
It's ridiculous.
Why can't you have the Jimmy Fallon show and who's the fucking British guy who's gonna be in that Peter Rabbit movie?
James Gordon?
James Gordon, because he's on the Late Show.
Oh, that's right.
So, but anyways.
I always forget about that. I never watch any of these shows either. That's the other thing.
The only time I ever really watch them is when I watch the popular segments on YouTube and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really watch too much talk show, and the biggest reason I don't watch the talk shows is because every single monologue at the beginning of every single one of these talk shows is everything that's political, and that's all it is. It's every single Tonight Show monologue is Jimmy Fallon saying something shitty about Donald Trump. Which, I get it if you want to have some kind of humor towards the president a couple times, but if you do every single show from the moment he became president until currently still, it's just repetitive and it's boring to me because I don't care to hear about politics every single fucking day. There's so much going on in the world, you could talk about other things, but it's just every single monologue. So, you sit there and you fast forward through it. But then you get actors and shit that I personally don't give a fuck about, or rappers and stuff. I don't care what their career's doing and stuff. So it's like, unless it's like a really like, I guess a fan. Like if I'm a fan of them, I'll sit there and listen to their talk show and their interviews and stuff. But a lot of it kills me at the monologue.
Yeah, I just don't care about it. I've never cared about late shows, and I've always. I think the format is really boring. Nobody does anything interesting anymore. It's the exact same formula for every single show, and that's honestly what bores me about it. If there's a good clip online, I'll watch it. I like Conan O'Brien does some good. He'll have like up and coming comedians do a set. That's usually pretty okay, but I'm not going to tune in for that. Like, you're out of your mind. I don't like watching TV anyway. What the hell makes you think I'm going to turn the TV on at 11 o'clock at night? I'll just watch Netflix.
Agree.
I'm glad you actually mentioned the comedians, because if I remember right, towards the end of our last season, we mentioned of doing a show this year about how we rank comedians from like 1 to 10, but we're doing from like Seinfeld to what the fuck is that one guy who's like extremely raunchy and shit like that? Blonde haired dude. No.
Anthony Jeselnik?
Yeah. Like we're going to rank them on their vulgarity, if that's a word to use. But
sure.
We're definitely going to do that, because now I remember that we're going to do something like that. I think that'd be fun to do, and we'll get to that sometime this season. But before we get to our guests, I want to talk about something that we're bringing back. Like I said, we're bringing back some segments and everything, and one of the segments we're bringing back is, check out this freaking thing. And the thing that I want to talk about today is that there's a bar in Chicago that is recreating the bar from The Shining.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I think I sent you guys the link to the article I'm looking at. It's a bar in the Ukrainian village called the Rookery. Basically what it's doing is turning the upper part of the bar into room 237. Okay, I guess it is. And what it's doing is basically going to be they're going to have a bunch of drinks that are named after the movie itself. Let's see if I can find a list of the. So there's going to be let's see here, the Caretaker, Red Rum.
Oh, they do have BJ and the Bear. Oh, that's hilarious. Sorry.
Horns on the Rocks. No, it's fine. The Grady Twins, the Hedge Maze, Apollo 11, the Sidewinder. All these are they're drinks made specifically to represent the movie The Shining. The bartender's gonna dress up like the bartender, which I can't remember the guy's name, and I'm trying to run through this article real quick without having to actually read the article, but I might have to end up doing it here in a minute. Lloyd. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. But they're only doing it for a limited time. Now, this is only happening between January 20th and February 10th.
January 20th and February 10th.
Yeah, but only on the Saturday. See, and this was weird. So it's between the 20th of January, the 10th of February, only on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m.
All right.
So you only got like what two Saturdays between then, maybe 3 Saturdays, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So it started last Saturday. And it's going to February 10th, and the admission there is free. You just got to show up early to the Rookery to make sure you get in and everything. So it looks like a lot. Yeah, so it looks like a lot of fun. It doesn't give you prices of shit, which I'm not surprised, because I'm going to assume that if it's Chicago doing a theme bar like this, it's not going to be cheap.
Yeah, right. We, my wife and I, after church today, we went and we had dinner at a local like Louisiana Creole place, and just for like a regular cocktail there, it was like $8.
Yeah.
Which is just, and it's not a very big cocktail, and there's no way that they have a lot of booze in it. I'm just saying.
No, see, and that's one of the biggest things I kind of like about small town bars, like in the town we live in, because like, if you go up north and everything, I think they have like those measuring guns things. They attach the bottle to, and they press the button, and it just shoots out like the perfect amount. If you go to like the Legion, the bowling alley, or anything down here, they just fucking pour that shit in there. It's like, there you go,
Right.
That's weird thinking they have a sportsman's club in the middle of the city.
What, up in Chicago?
Yeah.
Is there a sportsman's club in the city? No, it isn't.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Rookery, and I've zoomed in and I saw the Sportsman's Club. I was like,
Yeah,
doesn't sound like.
I'm more curious about the fact that they actually have an area called the Ukrainian Village.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they have that for everybody. Chinatown, Little Italy,
Greek town.
yeah.
Yeah. What is your little area called there, Joe?
Well, I'm in Forest Park, which is a village. But if I were to name it, it's definitely like Irish town or something like
Irish.
that. Yeah.
What street do you live on?
I live on.
I guess no, never mind. We're on the air. You
Yeah,
don't
what's,
tell you all that.
What's your mailing address, Joe?
It's
Like,
a mailing address,
What is your full birth name there, Joe?
right?
What's your social security number?
Oh shit! But no, I mean it's, and I think because I think my friends Amanda, I think they live in like Greek town. I'm pretty sure that's what they called it when I went to go visit them. But I like never really knew that shit. I just knew.
By Sox Park, right?
They live west of that. I think they live off of 290. But like
Who doesn't?
whenever I think of Chicago, I either think of like the shitty parts of Chicago and then 50 miles south of Chicago. And that's kind of like how I reference Chicago. Because I think every part of Chicago is shitty. That was the joke. That was my joke right there on the shitty parts of Chicago. But
I liked it.
right, thank you. I was waiting for a laugh track or something, but we don't have those.
Yeah, we're a little low budget.
Yeah, we just have white noise and silence. But we'll dive into having our guest here in a minute. But I mean, how have you guys been? Anything new with you guys in the last week? Anything exciting?
I just signed up for my first insurance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. I mean, like I've been on my parents' health insurance and then the auto insurance as well.
Mm-hmm.
But today I just got renter's insurance. So
Nice.
it was really nice and convenient because I could just did it all online.
Right?
Yep. Just picked the date I wanted to start, and then it's really cheap. So
Takes like literally 3 seconds
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, I love. It's not like I love signing up for renter's insurance. Like that's like a hobby I have, but it's convenient and it's easy. And if anything were to happen,
Yeah. Yeah, I figured since I had the girlfriend move in, I should probably look at getting insurance.
yeah, life insurance probably.
Is that how you
that's
explained it to her?
What?
Listen, baby, I love you, but if you're gonna live here, I'm gonna have to insure my shit.
Well, it's more for her stuff too.
Which is a good thing. I mean, when I got my apartment, I got renter's insurance, and it gives you that peace of mind in case something happens. Because, I mean, you don't live in an apartment building, but I keep calling it a duplex, but it's like side to side. But if your neighbors fuck up and set their building on fire, there's a good chance your shit's gonna catch on fire too.
Yeah,
Right.
and not to mention the house is from the 1800s, so
Oh yeah. You're one light switch flick away from burning the fucker down. So I mean,
Hey, on the bright side, it's easier to put those old houses out.
is it?
Yeah, new houses, it's really hard to catch them on fire, but once you do, the materials are super combustible. So, that's why you don't hear a lot about house fires now, but when you do hear about them, you usually hear about fatalities. Whereas in the old days, you heard about a house fire, and then it was like, everybody kick up an extra collection at church. We got to help, the Smith Joneses to...
your house was built right around the time they were throwing dirt on fire.
Just had... Oh, jeez.
Well, from what I hear, the house was built to as like a tenant house for train track workers. And
I can see that.
And my half of the house was for the family that ran it, and then their house was for the workers. So, but
That's pretty cool. I'm glad you got the insurance and everything. You know, keep everything safe because I would hate for you to lose those 700 and some odd movies and not get anything out of it.
now, see, I want your guys' opinion because I've heard to do this. They say like videotape everything you have.
I've heard people taking pictures of everything they owned, but with, like when I got the renter's insurance and I was very pessimistic when I got it because I asked my insurance guy, I'm like, listen, if my shit burns up, how do you know what I owned so you could pay me back? He's like, well, we just ask you. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I don't have a receipt to the TV I bought. I was like, no, I just got to know the make of it and what size it was. And I'm like, that's good to know. Because I'm pretty sure I have one of those curved screen fucking 4K ass 80-inch fucking
80-inch TV.
Right?
Yeah, the new 105-inch.
Right? It goes great with my therapeutic bed that forms to my body in the middle of my sleep. Or my, it's just...
Those things are son of a gun to get out of, by the way.
Talking about beds, I actually just got a new king bed in the mail on Friday.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you order from?
Sam's Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I figured because I was been looking for a bed, but it came the mattress. It's just a 10-inch memory foam mattress, and it came with what's called a smart base. So it's just a raised frame, and they say it eliminates the need for a box spring. So
nice.
Yeah, it's comfortable. I only slept in it one night because we had to you open it, set it up, and then you had to let it says wait 24 hours before you sleep in it.
Gotcha.
Just so it can fill back up.
Yep.
But it's amazing. I mean, because like it's memory foam. I would understand memory foam doing it, but they ship the spring mattresses like that now too. Just look, because all they do is compress it and vacuum seal it, and just roll it up, ship it to your door.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
They actually
really
delivered our
price.
bed and stuff, but
yeah. Yeah, it's a really great price that I got for her, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. We're still paying ours off.
Yeah. Well,
crazy.
I was thinking of maybe getting one of those Tempur-Pedics, you know, the ones that cost like $5,000
Oh yeah, no kidding.
or more.
Yikes.
It's just like those are absurd.
I would just hold off on the $5,000 bed until you find a place that's not made of kindling.
Yeah, no, I am very well agree.
Joey, what you got anything exciting going on before we go over our guest?
I got jack nothing going on. I got so little going on. I'm actually looking for more things to do. Like I started looking for a job this week.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I've got the time to do that this semester.
This is like a part-time job.
Yeah,
to
just a
buy your
part-time
time
job.
Okay, so this isn't like a career move job.
No, not necessarily. I mean, if something opened up and somebody wanted me for something career related, I'd do it. But nah, it's just let me do fun things.
I got you. I heard you. Heard you were in Orland again today.
I was, and I'm there again next week.
Awesome. I was gonna come up. Stepfather Carl texted me. He's like, "Hey, you gonna go see Joe?" And I told him like I would love to, but I wanted to sleep.
That's what he said.
For some reason, like I could not sleep last night. Like I dozed off at like 5 p.m. yesterday. I woke up at like 9. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. Well, I still got most of the night, so I went to bed. And for some reason, I woke up wide awake 3 a.m. Could not fall asleep again. And then like around like 6:30, 7 o'clock, I got extremely drowsy. So I don't know if this is like the keto flu thing that people were mentioning that may happen on this diet that like messes with your sleep or what. But I was like, I wanted to go, but I know if I went, there was the fear of me maybe dozing off. And
gotcha.
I didn't want to do that because that would that would not look good on your end.
Nah.
And I don't want people to be like, oh my God, people are falling asleep. What are we going to do?
No, okay.
Right, but I'll go and see fucking next weekend. What we got next weekend? I can come on and see you next weekend.
Yeah, sure. If
Yeah,
not,
come
it's
on.
all good.
Yeah, come out here, you say some words and whatnot.
That's how it goes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. That's the most exciting stuff this week. Is I actually got a couple gigs, which I'm happy about. I'm not dissing that, but but yeah, no, I've got a lot of free time on my hands this semester, so I'm happy. Happy I'll be contributing to my household in ways that aren't just laundry.
Keep talking about school. It reminds me I have to buy my book for it. It starts next week.
God, I bought all my books this week. Ugh. One of my classes is just going to be a total blow-off class.
Yeah?
Yeah. And the books for it are like probably 15 years out of date. So,
joy.
Yeah, the professor who's teaching it came out of retirement to be the dean, one of the deans of the seminary.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and so he's like, yeah, I've been in ministry for 50 years, and this is cutting-edge stuff. And I'm like, cutting edge in 1990, maybe, but I don't know. I probably shouldn't mock. He's a good guy. I like his class. But not glad that I now own these books, I'll tell you that. My wife, who is a teacher, they're books on how to teach well. And she took one look at them and was like, this has been thoroughly debunked, right? Yes, I know. Thank you.
Oh shit! All right, you guys ready to go, guest?
Yeah, I guess.
Yep. Okay. Awesome.
Hey, but you know what though? Before we bring our
what's up?
guest on,
Go for it.
I'd like to remind our listeners that if they wanted to attend a performance of somebody speaking, or any performance or any swanky affair, they might want to look into getting themselves a high quality knit tie. And if they wanted to do that, they could head over to wearedapperties.com and pick one up today for just $15. And if you use the discount code Freakin, that's FREAKIN, you get free shipping on your order. So, yeah, you might want to check that out. wearedapperties.com.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Fucking Joey.
Just fucking saying.
Just throwing it out there, huh?
Of course.
Oh fuck! All right. Hey, just wanna kind of throw that out. Oh my god, beautiful, Joe, beautiful. All right, let's plug a podcast and we'll get our guest on here.
What up, everybody? It's Razor.
This is Fear.
And MDI.
And we are Fifth Cast, the premier show of the FYFC Podcast Network.
We like to talk. Hell, we'll talk about anything.
World events and personal stories.
Technology and pop culture.
And once even, pterodactyl porn. Seriously, that's a thing. Google it.
New episodes are available every Friday on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. Also, subscribe to the video podcast on youtube.com/FYFC Podcasts.
I'm not sure why you were yelling, but that was excellent.
Now fuck your face and back to the show.
We said normal voice.
I know, but I like that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, week 2 of Travis being a liar.
Sorry,
let me
Brian
just say-
Lau, we couldn't get to you today.
Let me just say, I fucking hate Skype.
Yes, I agree.
It is such a fucking joke, and I can't blame Skype for last week. Last week was life that got in the way of us getting our guest on, but this week it's fucking Skype. And the fact that we can't sit here and have a guest on because of the fucking technology that we use is very unsettling to me as a consumer.
I'm so with you.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And it doesn't even seem like it's not even the old Skype. It's the fucking new Skype, just like fucking everyone up.
Right. No, old Skype was great. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was like, usable.
Yeah. So anyways, so you guys don't think I was lying about this entire thing. We're supposed to have Jay Sandlin on. If you guys don't remember him, he was the author of, what was the name of the podcast again? Or the comic.
Outbreak Mutiny.
Outbreak Mutiny. There you go. I was going to say Outlandish.
What is it? The alternate history where Hitler wins World War II because he collects all the mutants.
Yeah. Joey, you actually read it. You enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. It was, quite a bit of writing.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys get an opportunity, if you guys enjoy history and comics, I mean, here's a blend of both. Which I mean, when it comes to Geekcast Joe, he loves nothing more than history and comics. So this this comic is probably like at the top of his list of like his favorite comics.
Easily near the top, and you can find it on Amazon for a pretty reasonable price through Kindle. So it's a crazy story. It actually one of the most interesting points about it to me is that it actually starts with a full index of characters, who they are, and why they matter. So if you like knowing who everybody is in a story before you even start reading it, this is a great book for you.
Awesome, yeah. So, and trust me, if Geekcast Joe is saying that about a comic, it has to be true because this motherfucker wouldn't lie.
Nope.
I lie. I'm the one that lies about guests and shit. Because now I'm truly 0 for 2 on this season 3 of being a liar. So, all well and good though. Yeah, we already got Brian Lowry scheduled in a few weeks. And I'll get a hold of Jay again, and we'll touch base on a better time. But hopefully, next week's guest works out wonderfully, because third time's a charm.
I didn't, when I named that episode for the first episode of our season, I wasn't hoping it would be a curse.
Yeah, no, yeah, thanks. You created our goat.
My bad.
So thank you. So thank you for that, Joe. But it's all right. That's all right.
I'm naming the episode that, our goat.
The goat. Perfect. I mean, it needs a title because we can't say sit down interview with Jay Sandlin because it's not happening.
Right? Podcast mutiny.
Podcast mutiny. There we go. But no, next week I'm super excited. I'm praying to God our guest gets on next week because the guest we have set up for next week is, and honestly, I'm not even ashamed to say it, is one of the, most excited I've been about having a new guest on. I'm really excited to have him on. So hopefully, Night Mage is able to make it on and we're able to talk with him. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that happens because
make sure he's got the new Skype downloaded. Make sure his computer has the specs to run it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to message this dude every single day. Hey, just make sure everything's good to go on Skype. Hey, why don't you test run Skype? Because, we have so much fun when Super Casey comes on. So, I'm assuming Night Mage has to be just as awesome, if not maybe even more awesome, because of how much she built him up as well.
Right.
So I'm really excited to see the other half of this cosplay marriage thing where they say they're cosplay husband and wife. So I'm really excited to see Night Mage. And also I'm hoping that it puts Super Casey in like a jealous mood to where she wants to come back on. Because that would make me feel good about myself too. Right. It's on the bat like, well, I want to be back on your show. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's what I was hoping for. But before we get to our follow our Star Award, before we get to freaking flicks and everything, quick update on my end with this freaking journey I'm on with my weight loss journey that I have started here January 2nd. I've been posting blogs and stuff as I mentioned last week and everything, which you can see at thisfreakinjourney.wordpress.com. To date, currently, I am 23.5 pounds down.
Damn.
Yeah, so it is really chugging along here. And what's weird is like every morning I wake up, I keep thinking like, why do I feel so much heavier? I had to have gained fucking weight because like even though I started this new diet, I feel like sometimes I overindulge myself in the diet, knowing what I can and can't have. But I think maybe that indulgence is actually like a good thing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm 23.5 pounds down. The overall goal I was shooting for was 5 pounds a week, and I exceeded that. So I'm just gonna keep going and everything, and kind of see what happens. The overall goal is to hit like at least 50. No, was it 50 pounds by my birthday? Which My birthday's 4 months away, and I am like halfway there already. So
Yeah, no kidding. You might have to up your goal.
I'm gonna have to, yeah. So I'm super excited about this. I kind of wish that I found this diet and started this 2 years ago or last year when Uncle Kevin challenged me to lose 100 pounds.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, because then I would have gotten like, I think he was gonna give me like $600 or some shit. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was a lot of fucking money. Yeah, but for some reason, like I just couldn't do it. But you know, everything changed for this year, being 2018, gonna be 29 this year. Realizing, hey, you know what? I shouldn't have a belly that overhangs my boobs.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I shouldn't even have boobs at all. You know. But I got those man chesticles, if you will. So working on that. I'm at the point now. I woke up the other day and I realized that my gut is doesn't stick out as far as my chest does anymore. So now instead of looking like a fat man, I look like a busty drag queen.
I had trouble believing that, but
yeah, so you gotta take the good with the bad. So it's all right. So the progress is going great. I found out today that my mom actually reads my blogs too and everything. She started the keto diet with me. A bunch of my friends did the keto diet with us and everything. So we're all doing it as a group. So it's really fun. A lot of people told me that reading my blogs kind of inspired them to help keep themselves accountable. And I mentioned in the first article that I wrote, or my first posting, that because I really don't want to call it a blog, but it's really nothing else other than that. Because I think blogs went out like 8 years ago. But I'm going to call it a blog. Fuck it. Yeah. On the first blog I wrote about how like I couldn't join the football team for my town because the coaches said for my age I was too heavy to be part of it. And a lot of people they sympathize with that story. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, instead of talking about like weekly updates and events that happened with that moment, I'm going to start kind of writing some past experiences I had where I felt that like maybe my weight prevented me from doing something or stopped me from doing something, or I couldn't do something because of it. Because I think if you relive those moments and express your thoughts about those moments that happened, maybe you kind of like work past them, because there are some things in my past weight wise that I still kind of hold that like it bothers me, but I think maybe if I can't get them out, maybe it'll make me feel better.
Sure.
So, and that's the bigger thing that writing does. It kind of makes me free to kind of express everything out to everyone, and makes me feel better about myself. So yeah, check out thisfreakinjourney.wordpress.com. You can see the blog. I have about 4 posts up there, and I'll post another one. I'm going to try to do at least 1 to 2 a week. Right now I'm at once a week. There's not really much exciting stuff going on currently, but that will change as time comes. And also I kind of just want to mention real quick that I want to go ahead and pursue the idea for the show in February where people will write into us questions about relationships and stuff that we would answer for them. Because I think that may be something a little fun we could do.
Yeah.
And it helps get the listeners a chance to be a part of the show, So, I mean, if you're a single guy and you have any questions about relationships and shit, you could ask me. If you married and you have a question or something, you need someone's opinion on something, you can ask Geekcast Joe. Or if you're dating somebody or even potentially being engaged to somebody, if you're in that lull stage between being married and being alone, we can have Colin help you and fill that out too. And I'm not trying to make a therapy session or telling you how to make your relationships better, but kind of like an opinion thing on like what would Joe do in that situation, what would Colin do in that situation, or what would I do in that situation. I think that would be something fun. We'll create a hashtag for it like we do with some of the other goofy shit we do here, and get everyone involved. I'll post something up on Facebook. I'll send it out on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and stuff like that. And we'll try to get some questions flowing in. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Bang. Yeah. With that being said, and with those updates and everything going on, this quick update will actually lead into what we're going to do next. Finally, on thisfreakinshow.com, we do have the Follow Your Star Award section updated. So now whenever you go to our website, thisfreakinshow.com, if you go to Follow Your Star Award, at the top of the page, it'll bring you to a list of all the recipients we had last year. And continue on at the bottom, you'll see the ones for 2018, such as the recipient for January that Joey is hopefully ready to present.
I am ready, and you know what? I actually I changed my mind right in the middle of it. I'm going to give this guy an honorable mention because I was going to make him January's champion. Bradley Hardison of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. You are a runner-up. You're our first runner-up for the Follow Your Star Award. This champion of the human race was charged for stealing donuts for the second time in 3 years. And in 2014, he won a donut eating contest. So I think if that show was still on, that weird addiction show that Oprah was doing, or whoever it was, he'd be on it. He's some kind of donut crack addict type guy. But so, tip of my hat, wagging my finger to you, jackass. But our guest's inability to come on our show today reminded me that there's something else in 2018 that's pissing me off more than almost anything else. Mm-hmm. And that is the quality of Skype.
Oh, God.
So this is the first time, this is 2 firsts on our show. I'm not going to give it to an individual this month. I'm going to give it to an entire organization, Microsoft. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
You had a great product 10 years ago. Why do you got to keep trying to fix it by making it worse? Stop it. Give us our old Skype back. I miss the contacts I no longer have. I hate that I can't just have a guest show up on the show for fun. Anyway, Skype. Congratulations. You're our second sarcastic Follow Your Star Award winner. I hope you die.
Jeez.
As a company, not like the individuals. Like you guys, you should live and flourish. But like as a company, go straight to company hell.
Oh my God. You just know, you can sense the middle finger that you have up right now.
I'm so angry.
And I love how, when... I love this because, you are the most educated man I have ever met in my life. You talk so proper and everything, but you literally just said, get your shit together. Because you're from Chicago. And proper English means nothing when you're upset.
That's damn right.
Because your does not have a UR in it anymore. When you are that upset.
Doesn't need it.
Oh, shit. What's also funny, because I kind of remember now, the last sarcastic award you gave out was towards Apple phones.
I was thinking about that as I was doing that.
But you gave it to the guy who created the Apple phone, not the Apple phone itself. You gave it to the guy of the Apple phone.
Steve Jobs?
No, the other guy.
Well, I gave it to Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
For leading Apple.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I can't, I don't know who's running Microsoft these days, and I'm not upset with the Gateses. Mm-hmm. So, I'm upset with the chumps who think that Skype's a good product right now. Apparently, they've never used it.
It would be Satya Nadella is the CEO of Microsoft right now.
That's good to know.
So when you're upset with Apple in the future, or what was Microsoft, whatever the fuck it was? Yeah. Yell at that guy. Send him a letter. Get your shit together.
Strongly worded angry letter.
You almost had like a Chris Rock thing going there for a moment.
Oh, that's excellent. I love Chris Rock.
But good job. Good job, Joe, on not only doing a first ever runner-up, which I'm not going to put on the award for runner-up, but hey, good job for the donut guy, but also to belittle an entire Skype.
Yep. Whole group of
Organization.
hard-working people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardly working.
So-
You know what I'm saying?
So virtual middle finger to you, Skype, and the guys who created Skype.
Damn right.
Holy shit! Hey, Colin, why don't you go ahead and give out the awkward flicks rating of this week's awkward flick?
Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another segment of Awkward's Flicks. If you remember last week, I did the movie Downsizing, that Matt Damon movie. Well, I have since then seen another movie.
You still
And this
using
movie-
your Magic Movie Pass card?
I did use it,
Nice.
and I actually found out something about it.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to, like, you can't use them on special events and stuff. So like Fathom events or concerts or anything like that, the theater may provide or whatever. But and because it usually just goes if a movie's more money, it's considered a special event.
Okay.
So basically, your normal price is what every other movie's price is. Well, I found this out. This week's movie, I went to go see Mary and the Witch's Flower. And the theater I went to see it costed $15 to see the movie. And everything else was like $11. I was able to still check in for that movie. It was available to check in. And because it's higher priced than all the other movies, all I had to do was pay the difference. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I mean, to me, that's still good. It was like $11.50 all the other movies, so I had to pay $3.50 to go see this movie.
That's
And
not
the only
bad.
reason is because it's a higher priced movie, because it's a premiere. But yes, this week's movie I went and saw Mary and the Witch's Flower. It is the first movie created and produced by Studio Ponoke, which is it was created by one of the workers that had left Studio Ghibli. So if you are a fan of Studio Ghibli movies, I know Disney has made them a lot bigger, and in my opinion has ruined the fact that they are doing, because they have to charge, let's charge everybody $30 for a movie now.
Oh damn!
Just because they have this Disney logo, this is the Disney branding.
Wait, Disney bought Studio Ghibli?
They're the distributor,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and because of that, they jacked the prices of everything. It's just fucking stupid, and now it doesn't even make me want to buy the movies. I love the movies, but I'm not gonna pay $30 for them
No kidding. Screw that.
just because it has the bullshit Disney crap on it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it was the founder of this studio is Yoshiaki Nishimuro. I don't even know. Japanese
I don't
dude.
know either.
Mary and the Witch's Flower is the first movie that they created. So if you like the Studio Ghibli movies, I'd say see it. It's about a young girl with it takes place in Britain, and it's hilarious because it's a young girl named Mary Smith. And it's hilarious to me because I went to school with a girl named Mary Smith. But basically, she lives out in England, and she she wanders into this forest and finds what's called the witch's flower. And there's a whole backstory to this. But basically it gives her magic powers.
Oh, fantastic.
And yeah. And like I went and saw this movie with my cousin. And when we watched the trailer for it, and when the way they cut this trailer, it's just like, wow, you could just see everything that was like straight out of the Studio Ghibli movies. We're just like, this is like Studio Ghibli all rolled into one movie. But when we actually went and saw the movie, it surprisingly turned out everything was its own story, which was really nice. And it's the girl, she gets these magical powers and ends up being able to fly to this magical school where these people are trying to do magic for a bad reason. And she is basically there to protect against it. Or not protect against it, trying to stop it. And very well done. It seemed a little... I wish it could have been longer. It's definitely stuff that I think should have taken a little longer to explain. But it was still well done. And just the weirdest thing at the end of the movie, you know what? I'm not even gonna spoil it because I guess that would be considered a spoiler. So I'm just gonna leave that out. Yeah, if you like Studio Ghibli movies, I would definitely go see this. It's a new one by Studio Panak. It's about a girl who basically gets magical powers, and it will surprise you from what I'm telling you. And you know what? Even go watch the trailer. You'll love it. It's just a great movie. So, like I said, takes place in Britain. Just a girl that finds a flower, gets magical powers, and flies to this magic school for it. But basically, it's the way that I kept saying to my cousin. It kind of feels like it was Harry Potter-esque.
That's what I've heard about it. I heard it was like Harry Potter if the Japanese had made it.
Yeah, and it's got good voicing. Jim Broadbent does one of the character, and Kate Winslet.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, and actually, big role for. I think she did an amazing job in the voicing of this character. Is the girl who did the new BFG movie?
Okay.
Her name, Rudy Barnhill. She did an amazing job voicing this character. She's 13 years old, and I hope to see more of her coming up in the future. Because I mean, I just thought her voicing for this movie was really well done. So, but I would have to say, on the scale of Awkwards, I'm going to have to give this movie a 8.
Fantastic.
8 Awkwards. Yes. Like I said, there were some stuff that could have been explained a little bit better. I think it should have been drawn out more. I mean, it's a 2-hour movie, regardless, but I mean, would be nice to see a 3-hour one, but I understand it takes a lot of money and it's time and stuff. But yes, I am giving this movie an 8 Awkwards.
Fantastic.
So go check it out if you like Studio Ghibli or anime movies.
Okay.
So,
Good job, Colin. Is this a definitely see in theaters thing, or wait till you can?
I'd say if you want to go see it in theaters, it's not gonna hurt seeing it outside. You know, maybe call up with either your boyfriend or girlfriend if you guys are into that, and just watch it. It's a really good movie. It's not a requiring for the theater, but it's still good in theaters.
I gotcha. Nice. Good job, Colin.
Yes.
Good job. Joey, what are you freaking on this week?
Oh, probably the fact that even though I've had a week of school already, I have the week off. Because the people who run my school make no sense. So I'm actually sure they have very good reasons for why they do this. I just I find them all not helpful to me. So, you know. Yeah. It's ridiculous, and it's annoying, and it sucks when you try to have a routine that you live by. So, yeah. Stupid school schedules. That's what I'm freaking on this week.
There you go.
Colin, how about you?
Oh, I'm freaking on the fact that last week I ended up working 3 days from home, waiting for a bed to arrive. Well, I mean, when I ordered the bed, it said between the 16th and the 31st.
Sure.
And the day after I ordered the bed, it said, oh, it's going to arrive on the 17th. I mean, I ordered it on the 15th. So it's just like, okay, I guess I'll work from home since that's a Wednesday. So that's what it said, the 17th delivery day. Well, then, so I'm sitting at home. I have the tracking number and all that. And then it all of a sudden, it's coming from Georgia. All of a sudden gets a weather delay.
Oh.
So I'm just like, So then I was just like, well, then I guess I'll take off tomorrow. Like, it said a weather delay, but it didn't say, like, change my delivery date. It still said the 17th. So I'm just like, well, there's a weather delay. I'm not going to get it at all today. So I'm just like, maybe it will come tomorrow. Since they haven't, like, changed the date. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just work from home on Thursday. Well, then on Thursday, sitting there, and then I finally get a thing that says, oh, your delivery date will be the 19th. So just like, so I messaged my boss. I'm like, hey, any problem with me working from home one more day because of weather? She's like, no, you go right ahead. So I ended up working at home from Friday, got the bed, king size. Holy shit, is that a big ass bed?
Right?
I mean, it's just like massive. I used to have a full, so it added like another 2 feet onto the bed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, got great deals for a comforter and sheets, so I'm all set with that. But yeah, that's what I was freaking on this week. I'm happy with it. So
fantastic.
But Travis, what you freaking on?
So see, this is coming on. I don't think anyone from work listens to this. So there's speculation going around at work that there may be some changes happening. And if that does happen, then my current work schedule is going to change, either starting sometime towards the end of next week or this coming week, or possibly the following week. Which, when I first heard it, I was kind of excited. Like, wow, they're finally going to put me on my day schedule, but it's actually going to be like a mid-shift schedule that I honestly feel that's worse than the schedule I'm currently on, because instead of them having me work 3:30 to midnight, now they're going to have me work noon to 8 p.m. So, I mean, it's all in talks right now if these changes do occur, which, I mean, I am one to, do what I can for the best of the company, but at the same time, it's like, why, I would rather work 10 to 6, I mean, it's,
yeah,
but It's what the company wants. So, right now I'm kind of just waiting to see how that all pans out. If it's gonna be no change, or it's going to be this change. And eventually the overall goal is to get me in mornings, which the schedule they want me on is 7:30 or 7 to 3:30 Tuesday through Saturday, which I'm not a huge fan of working on Saturday. But again, it's, bills got to be paid, and who am I to question it? So, that's pretty much all I got going on for this week. There's nothing new, nothing exciting, just a repeat of everything else, just the journey I'm going on, and it keeps chugging along. And so right now it's just that scheduling. Kind of see where that lands with everything.
Word.
Yeah. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Every week our listeners catch Geekcast Joe here on this freaking show. But sometimes just an hour of Geekcast Show just isn't enough. So if we get those listeners out there that needs to hear this sultry voice of yours for more than just an hour a week, where can they go?
If you need more Geekcast Joe, you can head over to the Geekcast Live podcast at gcl.ninja. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Google Play, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live. And I think within about 2 more weeks we'll be on the new season, so better get caught up.
Yeah, you guys got a lot to catch up on if you're new to the Geekcast Live.
Yep, 196 episodes.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, make sure you follow This Freaking Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter just by searching This Freaking Show. We are a weekly podcast, so make sure you stay tuned every single week to find out what's going on with us, as well as make sure you stay involved with the show. Use the hashtag Freakin' Saying if you have any comments, concerns, or suggestions that you want to hear we do on the podcast, and also make sure you use the hashtag Awkward Flicks to recommend a movie for Colin to either go see, or a recommendation that maybe he's already seen it. You want to hear his thoughts and views on it. If you have a friend out there who think they would enjoy listening to this freaking show, but they have yet to listen to it, but they're not sure if they're able to based on the phone they own, fear not, because we are on both iTunes and Google Play. Not only that, they can go on Podbean and listen to us through the websites as well. As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freaking Show. I'm out.